What is up, everybody? Welcome back here to another World War Armies. Now, today we're going to talk about the M7 Priest. Now, I want to tell you guys that this vehicle have been amazing for my card setup because I've been able to destroy many tanks and structures with this. This has been one of my favorite. So I did a little digging and I've got to learn a little bit about the M7 Priest, and I'm going to share this to every one of you guys today. Now, if you guys are wondering how the game is going great. Now, the one thing that is a big announcement that I want to share to you guys, on June 30th, there is going to be the global launch. So therefore, this is a big celebration for the game. So therefore, this is going to be available now on iOS as well. Major global launch finally for World War Armies. I believe they have been working on this game for about 2 years. So that's like absolutely insane. Great, amazing work. Because the game is absolutely like addictive and insane. I love it. I love the game. But now let's talk about the M7 Priest. And let me give you a little bit of information in this self-propelled artillery. All right. In the game, it's indirect fire and said support. So it's a supporting vehicle. Now, I'm no expert in tanks, but in this game, I'm doing my research because I'm really enjoying it. And I love World War, watching like World War, movies and videos and stuff. And this is just great. Being able to play these tanks is amazing. Now, it says here, during the early stages of World War II, U.S. Army observers realized that they would need a self-propelled artillery vehicle with sufficient firepower to support armored operation. So this is why the M7 Priest has been developed. The first M7 produced were based on a modified M3 Lee medium tank chassis. So I know there's M3 in our setup here. The M3, we have it here in the game as well. So if you take a look into this, apparently the M7 Priest is actually kind of copied from the M3 League. If you can see, there should be some similarities onto the build. We got two cannons in there. And let's take a look into the Priest. You can see that this part is almost the same, but they put a gunner on top of this. All right, so let's read a little bit more of the information that I've got. To maintain a low silhouette, the howitzer elevation had to be restricted to 35-degree angle. So in May 1942, after only a month of production, the vehicle was altered to increase its ammunition stowage from 57 to 69 rounds. Okay, so like about 10 rounds. Maybe that's a lot already. For me, it's like, is it really a lot? This was achieved by placing 7 rounds on the left wall and 5 on the right. The M7 also went through a fairly rapid shift from being based on the M3 to having more commonality with the M4 Sherman. Now, the M4 Sherman, I believe we also have that. We have the Sherman in here. This is the M4 Sherman. When I was watching The Age of Tanks on Netflix, I learned that the M4 Sherman was deployed to, I think during the D-Day, to liberate France. I believe the French was actually driving the Sherman as well. So if you guys have a little bit more detail, let me know. Maybe we got some, tank wizards here or a World War II genius that would give us a little bit more information. So that is pretty cool information there. The major first example was an adoption of the M4 3-piece housing, single-piece casing, and suspension. In the British service, some M7 carried a radio set, which took the place of 24 rounds of ammunition. Oh, so take the radio instead of getting 24 rounds of ammunition. So you have to choose whether you want to get communication or you need ammo, all right? All right, so let's take a look on how I'm going to be using the M7 Priest here within the game. So I'm mobilizing the M7 Priest. This is a tier 2 unit. It's going to constitute about 550 supplies. And I'm going to get closer because I have the machine gunner for the Priest. So as you can see, I can get up close to the infantry. And I'm going to start shooting at the infantry. It's also going to shoot that, that cannon. And sometimes it misses, sometimes it's accurate. But it's really best to shoot that cannon at a far range because you're not going to take any damages if you're in a good range. You can also attack the buildings. And as you can see, we have this rifleman there going back out. And when they're moving, it's hard to target. So really getting up close and using that machine gun is going to be the most effective way to target the infantry units. And if they're running away, it's just hard to hit that with the cannon. So if they're more stagnant, that's actually the best way to use that artillery. So as you can see, if there is another building that you just saw there, it's also hit that building for some time there. I think I adjusted it a little bit for the positioning. As you can see, they are going to retreat. We got our mortar there as well. The priest is doing a wonderful job. It can attack the infantry units. It can go for the tanks or vehicles or structures. You're going to see that here relatively soon. Positioning the priest in a good position, because if not, you're not going to be able to hit it properly. We have a light vehicle here, and we got our priest there doing its work. It's just we're putting it at a little bit of a distance in here to hit that. You can see that the white bar from the priest charges. When it reaches at the end of the charge, it's going to launch that self-propelled artillery. And we can also see that the priests have leveled up its rank within the battlefield. When that happened, the accuracy is much better, so you don't want to lose that priest when that happens. All right, so here's another priest going at a pillbox. I wasn't really doing that well on this station because the pillbox, you need to hit it with the artillery. You cannot just use it with the machine gun there. Apparently I wasn't hitting very much, so I'm backing out. When you're backing out, it's just going on full reverse, and then I am going to hit it with the artillery so that I do not get any damage in here. So getting that vision is very important as well. So I'm bringing in my infantry unit there, and then mortar, I guess, and we're getting some vision there. And then now I'm able to hit that pillbox. There we go. See the insane amount of damage from the priest. Really insane range. I really love it because it put me in a very good position on attacking, going on offense, and it works on defense as well. This priest really allowed me to win this battle. Okay, so we're gonna be upgrading our pillbox there, and machine gunners going in for vision as well. And as you can see, it's area of effect damage. You can see that the building was getting damaged, and that infantry unit that we're attacking also got damage. So it's amazing, area of effect damage. And now I'm chasing. Now another thing that you can do is you can get up close and have the machine gun hits the watchtower here, and as well as hit it with the cannon, and you were getting much more damage output from that. So that's another thing that you can do. Now I'm gonna go and capture that strategic point. We have our priest here supporting this infantry unit. That I have the machine gunner, the MGs. Now the priest is I really love the priest. I think it's one of my favorite vehicle. It's quite tanky, but it really is like a high damage. Now another thing that I like is this M26, I think M26 Pershing. I love it. And then the Kong. The Kong is almost pretty much the same as the priest. It has a really good distance. There we go. Boom. You just see that? Dead. The priest doing its amazing job. I would hate to see a priest that is like a really high rank in this battlefield. All right, so there is a tank here. I think this is a medium tank, and look at the priest go to its work. And we got our engineer there working to restore the priest, but we got our Pershing coming in for a little bit of assistance in there. We're gonna break that. All right, we're gonna break that. Okay, they destroyed my engineer that is working on the priest, but with the Pershing and the priest, they could not do anything to us. Wow, look at the pillbox. Look at the range of the priest. So if you have the priest, it's good. I think you have a higher chance of success in World War armies having that priest in your arsenal, because you're gonna have that amazing range. And you see, boom, range is a big thing. If you don't have the range, you're getting up close, you're getting damage, and when you're getting damage, you're gonna lose your troops. You're gonna get killed in the battlefield. Range is a very big thing. Just think about this: if you're fighting against somebody who has a rifle and you have a pistol, who has the advantage in that situation, right? So look at that. The infantry is getting killed. The priest can work on infantry and as well as vehicles, tanks, buildings, and everything that you can see it's an all-around vehicle to use in a battlefield. It's very scary. All right, so I highly recommend getting a priest. It's relatively cheap, tier 2, very strong. Besides that, armies, I think we've given you some great advice here. We did some overview about the priest. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this game. And remember, if you're an iOS user and you've been waiting for this game because you've been watching the videos, June 30th is the global launch. It's ready for you to download, and you're going to have a lot of fun. And if you see me in a match, say hi to me, and hopefully I will defeat you because I'm much better than you, okay? So just prepare yourself because you're not going to win against me. There's no way. There's no way. Peace out.